Hi everyone, welcome to another video. It's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃 here. Thanks for coming. If you're new here to the channel, I hope you enjoy and please don't forget to subscribe. Well guys, today's video is kind of funny and hectic at the same time. And why? Because I speak about these things all the time. But yeah, watch these clips, come back, and let's talk about it.
Let me quickly drop this here. This is about men that travel all the way from the Western world to go to Africa to bring new wives. This thing is becoming recurring, and I think it's high time I discuss it with you people. Listen, going back to Africa to bring a wife, that's fine and good, but remember, everything that has advantage has disadvantage. And in this case, I believe the disadvantages I've seen are higher. The advantages are very narrow. Listen, remember one thing before you go to Africa to bring a woman. We have a culture, we have a tradition where women are subdued to be under men, naturally. Even if the woman refuses, your family is there to fight her. Your own family is there to guide her in the right direction if she has a good family. But remember, abroad is a 50-50 system. It's a system that gives women so much leverage. It's a system that recognizes women before men. It's a system that the law favors women before men. It's a system that they think of the best interest of the women and the children before they think of you as a man, irrespective of whether you're the owner of the property where you people live or not. So I'm talking very fast, but listen to me very carefully. So before you go to Africa to bring in a wife, think carefully. What kind of woman are you going to bring in? Listen, women comes in different colors. Women come in different colors. I am one as well, so I know this for a fact. So remember, a woman who's subdued by culture, a woman who's subdued by tradition in Nigeria or any other part of the African countries, and you bring the person to abroad, to the Western world, and you think she's going to remain that way with you, it's not true. For a fact, it only takes she mingling with people who will tell her what the laws are, who will tell her what leverages women have. It only takes the grace of God, a woman who has a conscience, for her not to throw you out of your house. It only takes the grace of God, a woman who has conscience, to not bring in that equal partnership to you. Remember, abroad, it's all about equal rights. So long as you're 18, you cannot subdue anyone into attending to you as the women subdue women in Africa. Here is seen as modern day slavery. So you better be very careful whether you're married to that woman or not. Just know that for a fact, because so many men keep complaining, a woman who I bring from Africa, she threw me out of my house. Well, you're not telling people the truth. The law here is different. The law here favors women. So before you go and bring a woman from Africa, remember that she's coming to a system where she's going to get exposed at some point. It only takes a woman with conscience to continue to live with you the way you both agreed. So be very careful when you go to Africa to bring a wife. Remain here and stay with the woman you know here for your own interest.
Is it advisable to bring your wife from Africa to Europe here to start life?
Bro, don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe. I am begging all men, don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe. Don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe. If you know that you are the kind of man that has an ego, you are a proud man, you have a chieftaincy,
Yes.
you are a chief, you are a strong man, you understand, people respect you.
Okay, that type of man that would like to control women or what?
Control women. You know you are a dogu.
Oh, dogu.
Woman cannot talk to you anyhow. Don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe. Because if you bring them here, they will bring you down. They will bring you down. She will disrespect you. There will be no respect. And if any day you talk to her anyhow, or you have an issue with her, she will go and report you to police station. The next thing is to divorce you. That is the only thing they can do. Don't bring your wife to Europe. From Africa to Europe. I am telling you, for what I know about. We have many of them.
Well guys, as you've seen in the video, why I'm laughing so much is because it's so rare to see a man kneel down and beg over something, but here we are. This African man is on the knees, begging, pleading, warning his fellow men, especially the men from the diaspora, never to take their women from the African continent to the Western culture or to the West, whether Canada, whether UK, whether the Netherlands or any other Western country, because these women are going to change. And speaking on the perspective of being an African woman, I come from a place where our culture that people praise so much is more of a slave culture, is more of a slave place for women. And people don't want me to say those things. Like, people get offended when I speak about how I don't even like my Ugandan culture sometimes, it's so much of a manly society culture that men can just do whatever, and as a woman just be there as a dummy and don't do anything. African women are trained to withstand the worst of things just for them to get something. You can be the most unattractive person, the most undisciplined person, but if it's gonna help this woman leave, let's say, Uganda and go abroad, she will stick by you. And yeah, things happen. If you're coming from the diaspora, let's say America, for example, you will be able to get submissive African women, first of all, because you are from America. Your money currency is different from our African men. The places you're going to be living in are going to be different than probably the places when I would be with a Ugandan man. So you're going to be like a prize in the motherland. Everyone would want to be with you, and these women will be so much humble because you're able to provide these things that other maybe African men would not be able to provide for them. So that's why you're always like, oh, African women are humble, they are submissive, and for you it's even going to be cheaper. You're not going to be like stressed over the economy that maybe the Ugandan men face. So I am required to be even more submissive than I am required to, because if I can be submissive with my men who don't even treat me well that much, why would I not be too much of a submissive person to you? And also thinking of maybe you will take me to America. That should also be in your head as a black man from the diaspora. And also because when you come in the continent, you are seen as rich. When you take this person, this lady, to, let's say, America, she will find a better job. She will be able to provide for herself. She will not be this dummy that we are as African women in the continent, where we are dependent, raised to be dependent on men. That's why the men are able to control us a lot, because we are poor. We are poor. So when you take this woman and she finds herself in a place where she can make some money and she can see other options, and now you are on the same level where you kind of earn the same way, if not her even getting a better job, let me tell you, my brother, she will be gone. She will be going to find somebody who is better. And that is the truth of the matter. I'm not saying it's going to happen to everybody, but you'll find yourself in a situation where you are with a woman who doesn't even love you or like you, but because they will be able to go to the West, they will stand you, because that's what we are raised to be. Standers, as in people who just take everything in. Like I said, as I know people don't want to hear these kind of things, but if I don't say it as a person who calls you in the motherland, who is going to tell you these things might happen? If you get your beautiful submissive woman and you can provide for her, let her stay in the continent, like I call you guys, to set your roots in the motherland. Come with yourself, come with your ways of providing, let her stay in the motherland. Because if you take her away from being a doormat and you take her to a society where she can speak up for herself, my dear, you maybe be this man who is on his knees warning other men not to bring their women into the Western world. I'm sorry, it's not funny and it's sad. Actually, the things I'm saying about us as African women are not so good. Like, the culture makes us doormats, but it has to be said. And also because if your woman stays in the continent, everybody is kind of in her business and she cannot sometimes do things unnecessarily. So that can also make you have a good, humble woman. I'm not saying us African women are all that horrible. No, we are not. Be careful. And of course, it's gonna be a little bit hard for you to be away from your partner. Of course, if you get someone, you would want them to be with you. And if you have your businesses, let's say in America, if you have your family there and that's where you want to be, of course, I'm not stopping you from taking your partner. Take them. Not everyone is the same. People are different, but it just takes a kind of a person to stay in their character when they change environments. That's just on you to figure that out, as well as be careful on the African women. A lot of them are not these humble people that you guys see or hear about. Some just want to run away from poverty. So if you are the ticket to do so, and they are able to go in a place where they even have freedom, yeah, they might not be those submissive ones that you've seen in the continent. And that is the truth of the matter. These other women where you go and think they are submissive, they might be submissive because of the places they are living in. But if you take away from those places, they might turn into something that you never ever expected, or even be worse than the American women that you're always saying are not that amazing. So keep that in mind, and you never know someone until you start living with them. That's something that should also stay in your head, guys. As that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think about this. Should you stay in the long distance? Should you come yourself fully to the motherland and stay there? Or will you support your woman to come in America and, yeah, create your beautiful family together? That is it for me in the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.